Hello, beautiful, bright, shiny souls. It's Marte Siebenhar, QHHT practitioner and founder of Quantum Healing Miami, here to share just a bit of inspiration based on something that happened to me in my own life yesterday. So, there's an injury that I've had for some time, and the injury healed, but it created something in my body that I just don't like, and that makes me feel very self conscious and vulnerable. And so I've been thinking about it. I've been worrying about it. I've been trying to figure out what to do. I've been waiting. I've been procrastinating and I've been trying to control it. I've been trying to feel better about it. I've been envisioning how I really want it to be, but it's been taking up a lot of emotional energy. So, yesterday I was in a space where I decided to actually acknowledge that I was going through this thing and that I had been suffering a bit as a result of my feelings about this physical condition that I'm living. So I thought, what would happen if I went on a journey here of self acceptance and actually listened to maybe something that it had to say to me and something that had to reveal to me that could be a gift. So I wanted to do a brief visualization and just bring you into this space. It was so healing and so beautiful, and actually ended up in a lot of insights I wasn't expecting, but that have been really beautiful and that have created a lot of new momentum, like an energy shift. It's kind of like it has been waiting for me to do that, because the pathway really opened up in so many beautiful ways as a result of this activity. So I thought, why don't I share this and see if it has the power to help others? So, just going to lead us through a brief visualization, and I invite you to come along with me in hopes that it is helpful. All right. So you can feel free to close your eyes. And as you step into this place, into your inner sanctuary, into the inner state of you, I invite you to just become aware of your breath, your in breath and your out breath, and just notice what's happening with your breath. We connect with the breath, we connect with it, our inner being, and something that is eternal and that goes far beyond our personality self. And I invite you to take a nice, clean breath in and out, letting go of anything that is full of tension, anything that is uncomfortable, anything that's getting your attention. Take a nice, clean breath in and exhale anything that is distracting you. Come to that state of your inner being where you notice your breath and you start to kind of unhook from everything else. Notice how your senses get more vivid with your eyes closed, just focusing on your breath. Feel your seat in your chair, perhaps your feet on the ground. Feel the container, the outside of your body. And I want you to tune into your heart. In your heart, there's a corner, a part of your heart, a part of your body, a part of your spirit that is represented in this corner. This corner that is neglected, this corner that is forgotten, this corner that is perhaps even hidden. And I invite you to see your heart in front of you and envision the door to your heart. What does it look like? And I invite you to open that door and step into your heart. And from there, you see the whole, you see the space, and you see that corner, that part of you that's been suppressed, ignored, or hidden. I invite you to get curious and begin to notice that corner. Focus your attention in that direction. And just notice, what is the quality of the energy over there? Is it tense? Is it stuck? Or is it just dark? I invite you to reach out and sense that energy with your hand. And just notice there's something there that you can press against, some sort of boundary that's keeping you apart from the rest of your heart. And whatever that corner is that is representing that thing about you that you've been ashamed of, that you've been fighting with, that you've been suppressing or embarrassed about, maybe even be how you feel about yourself deep down. There's this tension, there's this barrier between you because you've been trying to keep yourself separate from that part of you. And I invite you to notice that if you want to, anytime you're ready, that barrier can dissolve instantly. Because behind that barrier, we've been keeping in between us and that part of ourselves, there's potential, there's wisdom, there's power, and there are even gifts there behind this thin, thin barrier. There's so much there that's part of you that is actually waiting for you to notice it and to invite it to play with a bigger part of you. And notice that you feel safe right now. You know the potential is part of the power and the beauty and the joy and the abundance you've been suppressing. That's part of it. It's part of you. It's natural. And although you've put it to the side, although you've been worrying about it, suppressing it, trying to pretend it didn't exist, or wishing it could be different, if you tune in right now, you'll see that that part of you wants to help you. That part of you is part of your fullness, your divinity, your power, and your gifts. And it is ready when you're ready to share, to unlock, and to bring about the change that is so much bigger than what you've been working with. So when you're ready, I invite you to imagine a golden key that you plug into that thin, thin barrier in between you. And as you do that, set your intention for how much more full and free and powerful and abundant you are intending to become as part of going there, inviting in your partner, which has always been there waiting to help you, and that hasn't been time to do so until now. When you're ready, turn the key. And as you do so, say, I see you. I notice you. I appreciate that you're there. All this time you've been trying to show me something. You've been trying to share something powerful with me. And it might have been my fear or my thought I had to be in control of everything or something else that kept me from reaching out to you. But as I turn this key, I welcome you into my heart where you've always been, to help me make more space in my heart, to help me create more expansively what I'm here to do, to share my gifts and talents. And with the barrier removed, I reach my hand toward you. I invite you to take my hand, because I know you have wisdom and power and gifts to share with me that can unlock so much more than what I've been living, so much more than I consciously or logically know. And as I reach out, I feel the response. I feel you responding to me. I feel your heart open just from the act of being acknowledged and seen and noticed. I start to feel the energy shift and change. I feel, I receive, I accept, and I allow all that you are immediately sharing with me as a result of seeing you, noticing you, and rather than suppressing you, welcoming the gifts and wisdom and insights you have to share with me. Thank you. Thank you for all I'm receiving. Thank you for this new flow of energy, these new insights that will continue to populate into me, into my being, from this part of myself that I thought I needed to stop, but the part of myself that is actually part of my power. Feel that flow. Feel your heart expand with this receiving from the deeper part of yourself that knows all about you, loves you profoundly, and wants you to succeed, and that has been waiting to be invited to the party. And as you feel this receiving, this flow of energy, this partner hand in hand with you, co-creating this new chapter of fullness, I invite you to listen to what it has to share with you. All the wisdom that you haven't been ready to receive until now from this deeper, beautiful hidden corner of your heart. Tune in, and for the next couple of moments, notice the very first things that come to mind. Welcome in this wisdom and these insights, and just receive all there is to receive. And now, from this expanded point of view, from this fuller heart perspective, I want you to notice that this co-creative partner you have, that's been there all along, is smiling at you. And if you really tune in, you notice that this part of you is familiar. This part of you is part of you. And it's always there, waiting to be invited, to share gifts and wisdom and power and freedom and joy and love. Notice that you are this piece, this partner, and that you are partners. You are full. You have new expansiveness you're bringing into every place that you go from now on. This is not unfamiliar. This is the most familiar thing possible. And now you notice that this barrier between you has reached a new energy, and that there is an exchange, a flow that's happening very naturally with this other part of you, this other partner part of you. I want you to look at this part of you with full open-heartedness, appreciation, and love. Say words of thanks and appreciation to this part of you that has come forward to let you know it's there always, anytime you're scared or fearful or wanting to control. That part of you is always there, behind that veil, behind that barrier, behind that energy, waiting to be invited in to share with you more expansiveness, more beauty, more joy, more love, and more abundance. That the barrier is only something that you put into place because you didn't understand. And now that you're feeling this fullness, you recognize you'll never be the same. And you always have access to it in this corner of your heart that is now more expansive. So as you thank and show appreciation for this part of you that is so much a bigger part of you, and you're part of each other, thank it and allow it to recede back to where it came from, knowing that you can call on it anytime. And I invite you to zoom out back into your heart and into that heart space that is who you really are. Now I invite you to notice the door to your heart once again. Open the door when you're ready and step onto the other side of it. Coming back to the room, coming back to your personality, coming back to your full waking consciousness. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and notice how you feel now as this greater, more expansive part of you. Having absorbed the gifts, the beauty, the profound love, and the sense that you're more than you had been when we began. Thank you for sharing this space with me. If your experience is anything like mine, you may have continued awakening moments, maybe even some downloads, as the insights from this expansive, more expanded part of you that you're living now continues through your day, through the week, maybe even through the months. This is a practice that is always available to you, especially if you're ready, when you're ready, to notice that part of you that wants to help, that loves you so profoundly, joyfully, and beautifully, and wants you to be everything you want to experience in life. Thank you for sharing this space with me. Feel free to share this if it feels resonant with you or you think it would be helpful to someone else. Feel free to like or subscribe and just stay in touch. You're beautiful, you're powerful, you're amazing. Thank you. I'll see you next time.